Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cookiecast. Today on Cookiecast, we're celebrating the fact that the football season's back with our second episode of Season 2 of You Can't See the Forest for the Tees. Join me, Paul Williams, and James Panas as we get into the thick of the football season, talk about the first few games, talk about what we predicted those games would look like, predict the next week's games, get some bets on, and then there's even a juicy quiz towards the back end. So here we go, this is Cookiecast, You Can't See the Forest for the Tees.
And no one will ever know.
We'll all know.
I'll know.
When you're gobbling it down.
Let's not use that phrase.
It's grim. Right.
I love how I spend my time going, I'm just going to
What?
put that camera there, just going to put that camera there, and then it's me that walks around kicking along.
He's not done one for a while.
Intro.
Yeah. I thought the wrestling podcast was tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I invite you to join me and these lovely gentlemen here as we embark on the journey that is Cookiecast Presents You Can't See the Forest for the Tees. Season 2.
Volume 2.
Season 2 Redux.
The Quickening.
Incidentally, I know this looks really piss poor on the camera, but I actually think you've kicked that nowhere near me now.
It's covering the sofa.
Is it?
of
The
the
crotch.
It's covering the...
Is it getting the crotch?
Is it covering the snackettes?
The Snackettes. That's a right band name, isn't it? Like a backup band, like a dancing troupe.
Paul and the snackettes.
hole. Yeah, it'd have to be our first name and the
Yeah.
Snackette. Yeah. Snackette or not. I mean, this week's episode of You Can't See the Forest for Tees is brought to you by, in partnership with Malteser Buttons.
And-
Absolutely tremendous.
And Healy's Wheels, Dangerous
For all-
Dave Healy,
for all your-
taxi and Neve.
We like Dave. Dave's a good lad.
Got no idea who he is, but I'm sure he's fine.
You'll have worked with him at some point in the past.
Right. What's happened this week?
So, let's kick off with this week in Fushball.
The season could not have started with any more of a bang, but we'll get onto that later.
You sent that picture and I was like, I'm not sure what I'm looking at. And I'm like,
My picture.
no, the score for the Middlesbrough game, and I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm looking at because that's not a thing.
It's not Pulis ball, is it?
There's been more than one goal
Yeah, there's been a goal,
in the game.
and then there's been other goals.
And it's because for a long time he's been telling us that Randolph's a good keeper, but shit to few.
He didn't have the best game. He didn't look fit, to be fair.
It's alright, I'm not. We can talk about Murich's debut performance in a little while. He's in those goals. He's in those goals.
I haven't seen him yet. I'm saying that he didn't look fit. He did produce an absolute wonder save to keep it at 3-3, to be fair. So
anyway, without getting into scores.
yeah,
Well,
I just got into.
The season started though.
Season
Started with a bang.
off.
Obviously opened with
Friday.
a really, really good game on Friday. As a neutral, you couldn't be disappointed.
No, it was very good. We
Our-
were starting-
Our female guest, I think, was even slightly happy that she'd seen the game. She was not too displeased, even though she'd been made to sit through Middlesbrough and Luton.
There was a lady.
There was.
Yeah.
She'd come straight from work.
Lady.
What else? Absolute. The transfer window's just gone absolutely batshit crazy.
Oh, why would that be, Paul?
So you know Virgil van Dijk's unquestionably the best defender in the world, and absolutely the world record fee for a defender should have been paid for Mr. Virgil van Dijk because he's absolutely awesome. Well, he's not the world's most expensive defender anymore, because Man United thought it'd be really good to pay £5 million more than Van Dijk cost Liverpool and get a player who's half as good.
Did you see Guardiola came out and said he's a fantastic player, we couldn't afford him?
I mean, that's large.
You look though, City don't pay big transfer fees. No, compared to other teams, they don't. 50 million, I know.
Every member of so that if their entire back four is fit, they have £50 million defenders in every position.
There's a big difference between that and 80 million.
Not really.
Well, there is. It's nearly twice as much.
Yeah, but it's only 30,000. It's only 30 million more.
Only 30 million. I mean, what can you get for 30 million? 1.5 Websters.
What can you buy for 30 million these days? I mean...
Oh, right. I was going to say, what? 30 million these days will get you almost a Danny Drinkwater.
Yeah, I mean...
what else will it get you? Almost a Timuku Bakayoko. I mean, that's
Are you paying for the letters?
That's two absolute swing and a miss from Chelsea on their defensive midfield, isn't it? 30 million. Yeah, so basically, Harry Maguire has become the world's most expensive defender, going to Man United from Leicester for 80 million.
The thing is, though, they've paid that money because they need a defender.
They do need a defender.
And I know you don't rate him that high.
However, for me, he's not... I don't think he's as quick as any of the defenders they've got now. So if they get the ball in behind, he's already going to be on the back foot because he can't keep up with pacey attackers.
He's there for his heading ability.
Of course he is.
And he's perceived, and I know you don't like this either,
carrying out from the back.
His ball playing skills.
He can play with his balls. I think the weird thing for me is the fact that before he went to Leicester, there was rumours that Borough were in for him.
Well, have you seen the ones apparently where Moyes was looking at him when he was at Sheffield United for 4 million?
4 million. Whoops.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not quite inflation, is it? That's...
So they've ended up...
No, but I mean, he wasn't...
So they've ended up paying...
He wasn't a championship
20 times as much to get him.
Definitely going to be worth it.
Yeah.
If Man United...
Someone had put out a tweet the other day where it was just a reminder that Hull once signed this pair for a combined total of about 4 million, and it was Harry Maguire and Andrew Robertson. And it was like, oh, fucking hell. Absolutely outrageous.
How much did Robertson go to Liverpool for?
I don't think it was that much. Maybe 10.
No, it seems to be one of Klopp's best buys, isn't it?
Yeah, underrated signing. Well, not underrated signing because he is very good, but under the radar.
Paul does band around underrated quite freely.
Under the radar, let's
Overrated,
say.
underrated.
Yeah.
Where's your line?
So who else have we seen move?
Ollie McBurney, big money to Sheffield United.
Is that worth it?
Why are there moves going on at this point in time? The season's
Because
started.
Because the transfer window ends on Thursday.
The transfer window shuts on Thursday. So
As in today.
As of tonight, the transfer window is officially closed.
Maybe.
Through the magic of live streaming this podcast. Thumbnail.
This is why you've got all this space. Can't maybe a lot of money.
There's rumours that Wayne Rooney's agreed a deal to come. Oh no, there's not rumours. I think
coach.
It's a player coach
At Derby.
at Derby.
Yeah, Les Thomas today.
So apparently it was a rumour. I think it's now been agreed.
Is it a mate of Cuckoo?
No, I think it's all driven.
How much money?
I think it's all driven by family. So his wife wants to move back and raise the kids in England.
Right.
So I think he's supposed to be tied into his DC United contract for at least another 2 years or like another year and a half or something like that. But I imagine he's been able to negotiate his way out of it because let's face it, he's clearly not short of a bit.
I know, but he will be an outstanding Championship player.
Yeah,
He could still cut it at a lot of Premier League clubs.
Absolutely.
Just not the two that he wants to play at.
In fact, I'd potentially go back to last week's podcast, and I think I said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So it's weird that he's come up 2 weeks in a row. But yeah, apparently he's joining Derby in January.
Yeah, because MLS runs as a calendar year, doesn't it, usually?
It normally, yeah, as in the season.
Because that's why they come and do a little bit of a loan move.
For what sort of money?
I imagine he won't be on that.
It's the chairman. Has the chairman got deep pockets there?
Mel Morris. Well,
because obviously I never understood the Lampard link. Where did that come from?
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? So he must have deep pockets because at the end of the day he's a football owner.
Yeah,
he's a football club owner. But there's consternation between some of the Championship chairmen. So, for example, this is what Gibson sued Derby for, because they were very close to the financial fair play line, if you will. So to get around it, the chairman just so happened to buy the stadium off them.
Yeah.
So this was the selling and the buying, and then suddenly they've got a load of money.
So it's around because
Exactly.
the financial fair play rules though, is that just for transfers? Does that have to include wage?
I think it's everything. I think it's your total net spend and stuff like that, inclusive of wages, transfer fees. But I don't know enough about it to comment really. But yeah. So
It'd be interesting. Very
I
interesting.
imagine he won't be short of a wage, but I can't imagine it's the
Well, what did he move?
$500,000 a week.
something like that. He's like on 300 grand a week or something like that there. So maybe 100 grand, maybe 150. I don't know. If he's in as a player coach, you can. There might be some shady dealings going on where his wages don't account to a certain system because he's listed as a player coach. He might be on a coach's wage.
As you say, he's the most highly paid coach in the division.
Yeah, so you'll put like I think there used to be a way you could get around it in like Champ Manager or Football Manager where your players were on like 25 grand a week, but your coaches were only on 2. So if you signed a guy as a player coach, you got him on a coach's wage, but he could still play. So it's something a bit weird like that. But so watch this space, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know where that's come from.
Apparently,
Just,
Derby have got a game on New Year's Day, like the rest of the teams. Then they've got an FA Cup game. Their next game after that, little trip to the Riverside. So they're saying that Rooney's first game as a Derby player could be against the Borough.
debut goals.
So yeah, just trying to think of anything else that's happened.
There must be Webster.
Who's gone to Brighton? I think it was Brighton. Brighton are starting to splash a bit of cash. They've signed him. They've signed Neil Maupay from Brentford.
Yeah, I saw the Mopay. That's what's confusing me.
It's quite good. That's quite good for us because Borough play Brentford on Saturday. So.
The Bees.
He's not. I don't think he's. I think they knew he was going there. He's not played no pre-season.
He didn't play the first game of the season against Birmingham either. So I think they've been steadying himself for him to leave. So no great shock. Other than that, just your usual shithousery nonsense.
The Bale stuff, was that already off last week?
I don't really know what's going on with that. He's pissing people off by going and playing golf and stuff like that. So who knows?
Yeah, I can't think. So transfer window obviously got another couple of days.
No.
Sorry.
Today.
Yeah.
I believe they know how the podcast works.
If we'd have recorded this on, say, Tuesday, maybe you'd have been right, James.
Yeah. Okay then. After we were talking about, obviously we'll go into the game in a sec, but after we were talking about West Brom's squad being a bit decimated, Forest obviously played them, so I was like, there's a lot of interviews I was watching with Bilic where he was like, yeah, I'll be wanting at least 4 more players before the transfer window.
Going back to that, even though I knew it was Slaven Bilic that had taken over, was absolutely convinced about that. For some reason last week, couldn't get out of my head that it was Slavici Kanovic that was the manager there.
Alright. Where is
Right.
he Kanovic?
I don't think he's got a job.
I know they were talking about him when O'Neill, that it was between O'Neill and Jukanovic for Forest last year.
So yeah, strange, but it'll be interesting to see what, because there's always going to be, there's always a team that panics, and just.
Well, I was going to say.
Unfortunately, it's been Borough on more than one occasion. So that's when your team panics, and that's what happens when you end up getting Rudy Gestede for $6 million, and Adeline Guadiora for $3.5 million, and they do fuck all.
Oh, don't even diss Guardiola.
Here we go. Midfield rock, is he?
Fantastic. Didn't play the weekend, but I'm
Goal
assuming
machine.
giving him a little rest. He scores a few.
No comment. So yeah, there you go. That's this week in football.
That can't be it. But maybe it
Well,
is.
have a think. Can you think of anything else? The Bury situation doesn't look like it's getting any better.
I was going to say about that.
They've had their second game postponed now. you'd imagine they'd have to produce some form of documents that can ratify that they can fulfil their fixtures before the end of the season, or they won't make it to the end of August.
Oh.
So, fingers crossed. I saw someone put something on Twitter the other day that said from TalkSport. They said that United have just got however much money for. Oh no, Leicester have just got £80 million off Man United for the Maguire deal and stuff like that.
So much got to go to Hull on it.
Yeah, but what's stopping like Leicester from just saying, "Oh, there's £5 million there. We'll just give that to Bury to cover their playing costs for the season," and that's not going to affect Leicester in any way, shape, or form. But to Bury, that's the difference between the club surviving or the club folding. Yeah. And they raised it and said something along the lines of you need to look into more sort of solidarity stuff to go from the Premier League down.
Yeah, if there are other teams that can help out, then...
Like, I think we might have covered it towards the end of last season, but there's a thing that's coming now with the Championship playoff final, where because the money that the winner gets from going up is so huge that the gate receipts from the actual game go to the losing club.
Yeah,
because it's just that's like your cushion.
Because you've just missed out on
like
a lot,
200 million or something ridiculous like that. So. But yeah, I think they do need to look into them more. Like...
Well, I'm trying to think who Leicester. Now you said about Leicester. Leicester were linked with some kind of defender, but it was like a £60 million defender or something or like that.
There's talk of them trying to sign Tarkowski. Oh, Ake from Bournemouth.
Yeah, but they weren't they putting him at 60 million or something.
Bournemouth won 80 million for him or something like that.
Just because they know they're sat on a load of money.
Oh yeah, exactly. But that's the problem nowadays, and that's why it makes sense where you see like loads of undisclosed transfer fees. Because
you just don't transfer them because you know that you're sitting on that
why do you
cash.
want like other teams knowing how much money you've got just like sitting in your coffers and stuff like that? So it makes sense, but how?
And the only other thing is, I'll say that the first piece of silverware was won.
I watched the game actually. It was quite a good game.
I think I was watching the cricket or the F1, one of the two.
Less said about the cricket, the better. Oh god.
But I saw the last 3 penalties.
Amazing. Kyle Walker's clearance off the line is worth watching just on its own. Unbelievable. So Salah goes to head it in. Kyle Walker's pretty much on the penalty spot, and then just absolutely blazes it back and hooks it off the line with an overhead kick. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what gets them through to I say extra time, but it just went straight to penalty. So.
I did hear that although obviously Liverpool equalised later on in the game or whatever, that Liverpool had the best of it in the game though, didn't they?
I don't know. I'd say, to be honest, it was perfectly 50-50.
I think the way I was listening to it, I was listening to Stan Collymore.
Man City were all over them in the first half.
Yeah, but they were saying in the second half that they've never seen anyone contain or push City back consistently like that.
Well, it's all about the counter press for Klopp, isn't it? He's the Gegen press and whatnot. So it's the way he likes to play his football. Because they say that you're at your most vulnerable when you've just won the ball back.
Because you're not organised, or
No, because obviously you've just attained possession of the ball. So your first thing is to look up, and then obviously you take your eyes off the ball for a second. So I think there was something in the it might have been Brendan Rodgers that said they were looking into coaching players into looking into that sort of like 3-4 seconds immediately after retaking possession of the ball. And it's in them sort of moments where you can really sort of launch your counter and like hit teams on the break and stuff like that. But it's interesting stuff.
So anyway, Man City have won the first honours of the season.
So Man City are now on for the quintuple.
Which apparently means that Man City have won 7 out of the last 8 available domestic honours. Wow. I think was the stat I'd heard.
Crazy. So it was just the FA Cup.
The previous season
before that they didn't win. Absolutely insane.
Anyway, so I think we're into results.
So,
time to go through some predictions.
I have a feeling this is not going to go well because I already know the score of one of the games.
Might blabbed it.
I think we'll all be much for much this year.
Yeah, I don't think. I think for the second game we've probably predicted the same or similar.
You two are.
So as we discussed, the first game of the season was Luton Town.
It was.
Going up against Middlesbrough. Luton's first game back in the second tier in, I believe, 10 years. Long awaited return. Cracking game. For the neutral again, absolutely brilliant. Some absolute howlers.
I think it set the tone for the whole weekend, didn't it? In terms of like the open play.
And as we now know, first game of the season, and it's the only game of the championship that finished
In a draw.
Luton Town 3, Middlesbrough Athletic. Sorry, not Athletic. 3.
3-3.
How right?
2 early contenders for goal of the season.
So at 3-2, Assombalonga's missed, and then he's got a little smile on his face. Probably not that worried at that point.
You had to go there, didn't you?
No, I'm just saying.
Andy's looking here.
I already know about this one as well.
Andy's looking here and he's wanting some scorers. He don't want to discuss any penalties.
No.
So the goal scorers.
Are we not going to discuss?
We'll discuss it eventually. We'll get on to it eventually. So the goal scoring was opened by Middlesbrough's Ashley Fletcher.
He did go pretty nuts.
Absolutely loving it.
Because he knows he's going to beat me on a quiz in about 3 seasons' time. Who scored the first goal of the championship?
Well. What can I say?
You have to look at the Luton scorers
Yeah,
right
basically. The equaliser for Luton was an absolute smasher by Sonny Bradley, I think his name is. Sonny Bradley. So, basically the ball was sort of pinging around the box, came out to him, I think he chested it up, and then absolutely spanked it in with his left foot. Absolute perler. Just due to the angle, I honestly thought it had gone behind the goal and bounced back off the advertising boarding. It had not. It was not the best from the Championship's best goalkeeper. It was not the best. Luton then took the lead with Middlesbrough old boy Martin Craney.
He did look at me and went...
Scoring a header. The problem was that I went to the bar to get more drinks and just came back just going, shocking. Absolutely shocking. Little did I know, that was the first of many goalkeeping mistakes by Darren Randolph. Wasn't commanding his area. Got caught out. Middlesbrough's equaliser, however, was an absolute shambles by the goalkeeper. So, Britt Assombalonga has a shot. The goalkeeper literally gets his hands behind it and pushes it into the goal.
Because you were actually suggesting like that's an own goal, but the shot's on target. It's
Britt Assombalonga.
Yeah.
The goal has gone down as Britt Assombalonga's, so
Okay.
We'll go with it. Now,
So 3-2 up. At this point.
2-2. Oh, I've not gone through it yet.
Oh, okay.
So Assombalonga was to get into 2-2.
All right, yeah.
Then we go into the second half. Lewis Wing picks up the ball, and from the position he's in...
Did you predict this on the... You said one thing needed to happen this year.
No. In 442's season preview...
Yeah, we talked about it, but I don't know if we did it on the podcast or whether we just talked about it.
I don't know if we covered it, but in the 442 season preview, they interviewed the Middlesbrough fan who said it, and he said, "This season I won't be happy unless," and he used the phrase, "Lewis Wing scores at least 5 absolute worldies." Well, he's only got 4 to go. Let's put it that way. So, picks it up on the edge of the box, or just slightly outside the box. From the position he's in, I think they calculated he had a 1% chance of scoring.
How did they calculate that?
Because it was like, it's all the shots taken from that area, the amount of times out of 100 it goes in. It's like, literally 1 in 100 goes in. There's a still shot of him, and I'm pretty sure his head is closer to the ground than any other part of his body that's not his standing foot. Because he's got that much whip on the ball that it's taken his body over. Absolute postage stamp. He couldn't have picked the ball up and placed it better in the corner. Absolute fucking stonker. Lewis Wing, take a bow, son. And then it was all coast. It was all going so smoothly. We get a penalty in about.
I can't even remember how you got the pen.
Hayden Coulson was attacking down the left hand side, cutting.
Your new left back.
New left back looks very, very good. Youngster.
We picked him out pre-season.
Saw him playing against Hartlepool. He looked good. He looked very nice.
Scouted him.
Yeah, good. So he went to the box, got fouled, I think, by Craney. Let's have a look what it says on Sky Sports here.
It's probably good for the audio listeners right now.
The visitors were awarded a penalty when Craney was adjudged to have brought down Borough left-back Hayden Coulson. But Sombalonga squandered the chance to settle the tie when he swaggered forward and fired over the bar from 12 yards. The best thing about it was the fact that obviously I'm just sat there just going, oh no, this guy pretty much pissing himself, just chuckling away.
It's great, innit? Left Forest to join their shower shit, didn't he?
And the fact that Luton's stadium is quite small, it was probably one of those penalties that hit the top of the advertising board and just came straight back down again. I can't remember seeing it, but sadly, with 5 minutes to go in the contest,
I don't think Britt was really too worried though. He did have a little bit of a cheeky grin on his face. He didn't look too upset that he'd missed.
No. Sadly, James Collins stepped up on the 85th minute to slam the ball into the bottom corner and rescue a point for Luton.
Oh, Luton did have one ruled out though, didn't they?
That was James Collins as well. The ball got whipped into the box and he just rises like a salmon to head it in, and everyone's like going absolutely mental, and the ref just casually blows for a free kick the other way.
On the replay.
And then promptly books James Collins. Everyone's like, what's going on here? See the replay.
It's still well to see it.
Goes up for the header and just punches the ball into his hand. Absolutely brilliant.
I think he was lucky to stay on the end of it, wasn't he?
I mean, it's amazing that he thinks he can get away with it. I don't know if VAR's in the Championship.
I don't think it is.
You'd be amazed that you'd think you could get away with that these days. It's insane.
I didn't notice it first time round though.
No, but I mean,
Randolph was like outraged, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wasn't happy. He was straight up with it, obviously because he was there, because he would have had the ball. 3-3, great game.
Yeah,
came away
good advert for the Championship.
Yeah, massively.
Points all round, but not really. Just a little point each there.
And that was
just
for
Brett.
Mr. Asombalonga scoring a goal.
Everybody said Britley would score.
How the hell have none of us gone for Wing after last season? He was the go-to scorer.
Because you told us that Sombalonga will be top scorer in Championship.
Did I end up picking him? I don't think I did.
I did.
You both did.
No.
I went for.
I went for Lewis.
Oh Jesus! I went for Kenneth Zohore, I think.
Yeah, but like normal people, we should have gone Mitrovic. Although we'll come to that.
Kenneth's a whore.
I think I did better with my non-championship predictions. You know, who's going to like get promoted or whatever.
Right.
I think they all came in except the championship was a loss. But whatever.
So we move on to Saturday's evening kickoff of Nottingham Forest.
So this is amazing for our podcast that they were the first 2 TV games of the year.
They've obviously been listening. That's why.
So no money. No money right there.
Well, we already know that by Friday at 10 p.m. the bet was already done for the weekend. Sadly.
Yeah.
So we move to Saturday 5 p.m. and Nottingham Forest at home.
5:30 p.m.
Sorry, 5:30 p.m. for Nottingham Forest at home to West Bromwich Albion.
I mean, none of us had real hope for any result other than West Brom. You were going to go in for a Forest win, weren't you?
This guy, I was going for a Forest win until you boys were like West Brom, definitely the team. And I was like,
Well, do you know what, Andrew? After 8 minutes,
Oh, right.
If you had picked the Forest win, you would have been
Forest
perfectly,
came absolutely.
perfectly vindicated.
They absolutely came storming out of the blocks. Were all over him, and capitalised. Bit of ropey keeping. I don't know if you want to try and have a look at the goals.
Well, it just says here.
Cash.
Manchester City loanee Aro Muric made 2 errors inside 10 first half minutes for both of the Baggies goals.
So, whoever's the keeper for West Brom, I don't recall his name.
Sam Johnston.
Is it Johnson? Yeah. Oh yeah, he looked very fetching in his pink goalkeeper outfit.
What have you got against pink?
I don't know. A lot of them seem to be pink these days, don't they? Actually. But anyway, Matty Cash. Don't know if that's one of your ones. You used to like a bit of Matty Cash.
It's not. I won't bother.
Deriqua's done an ACL. So Matty Cash is now
the first choice
the Premier right back for the season.
It's on ACL out for the season.
I don't know. And obviously we didn't manage to capture Byram. So yeah, Matty Cash is the prime right back.
Prime
Was
the Amazon Prime
right
was getting forward. Played a little 1-2 with. I think it might have been Thiago Silva. And then he's just hit one from, I don't know, outside box, and it's just gone in. But it's gone in bottom corner. Sam Johnson should have done better, but they've gone 1-0 up. Absolutely dominating.
Beautiful.
All over him. Adoma. Beautiful.
You know what you're getting with Albert.
Yeah.
Standard.
Really good. Shortly. Well, after 15 minutes, literally they just thought, I'll tell you what, had enough now. And it was all West Brom for the next 75 minutes. Including, like Paul says, 2 goals. The thing is though, West Brom, for all their domination and shots and stuff, didn't really trouble Muric apart from the 2 howlers. So first one, someone's Edwards, I think it was.
Is it Calvin? Kyle.
He's gone in. He's just hit one through Muric. Again, a bit like the Randolph one. He's just...
Kyle Edwards levelled proceedings soon after when he took advantage of suspect goalkeeper.
Yeah. So this is his debut. He's the Man City number 2. Yeah, so he's obviously a bit bad confidence at that point. So then Phillips, and I did. Do you know what? I didn't put Matty Phillips down as my prediction, but I did say he'd be all right for goals this year. Yeah. When we were going through the squad, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
As it turned out, I went for Ghazi, who is currently injured.
Oh,
and then, so Matty Phillips is he's put a cross in from deep, right on the right hand side. He's crossed it in, and it's just sailed into the net.
I mean, Sky are not too complimentary of Muric, giving him a 4 out of 10.
No,
he's not the only one though, because he's joined there by Lewis Graben.
Up until 70 minutes, I think, Lewis Graben had 14 touches, 1 inside the box. No, absolutely just a stray on his own of lowest touches in the game. Yeah, he's very isolated. Went with a 4-3-3, which I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, noticing absolutely no place for João Carvalho.
Injured. He is injured.
So, closing score
2-1.
2. West Brom.
Look at his fucking face.
Yeah, it was.
I went 2-0.
So, Cash for Forest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Edwards and Phillips for West Brom.
So,
I mean, I'd have been impressed if any of us got West Brom scores because we were literally floundering, weren't we? For who's going to get goals.
I think I ended up going Zahor, didn't I?
I don't know if you went for Zahor that day. Did he go? I know you went for Zahor as in the
top goal
season. Yeah. I think I went for Zahor, to be fair.
2 points for a correct score.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember what we've done last season.
Yeah.
So,
that's it.
Kicking the week off.
Yeah.
Kicking the season off. probably the way it's probably going to go for the rest of the season. Paul, 1 point.
What? What did I go for? Did I go 2-0 West Brom?
I think he means
No, I
overall.
mean for the week.
Yeah.
You got 1 point.
You got a Sambalonga.
What did I go for the West Brom score?
Oh no!
Oh yeah,
I'm
we've both
lying
got
to
an
you,
extra
I'm lying
point.
to
Yeah.
you. You
He's
both
still
got a point. You
won.
both got a point because you got the. Yeah.
I went 2-0. What did you go?
I must have gone 2-0 as well.
You also went 2-0. Yeah. So I'm
And obviously,
lying.
Costin
2
loves
points.
the 2-1.
James Panas, your score for the week. 2 points.
2 points.
And no surprises to anybody. I'll just win the week with 3 points, sure.
Exactly though, yeah. Played a 4-3-3.
Is it in vogue, innit?
Lolly and Adoma up with him.
I don't suppose we want to start reviewing any of the season-long things. We'll do that at various intervals.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to
there's
think
nothing
what-
to predict. There's nothing to look at for the Premier League. I mean, it's probably it's like they say don't look at the league tables until you're at least 10 games.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really tell you anything.
No.
Unless you're both on your top or something like that, and then it's just like.
So as Paul mentioned before, no other draws, but there was quite a few upsets.
Yeah.
I know it's the first game,
Upset topic.
but Cardiff didn't win.
No, I do a thing called Football Survivor with a group of lads from either work or that I play football with on a Thursday. Tenors in.
Is this like the equivalent of what I would understand last man standing?
Yeah, basically. So you put your tenors in, and then you pick a team to win each week. Once you've picked that team, you can't pick them again. So the idea would be leave teams like Man City,
Till last.
Liverpool till later on in the season, so you've almost got like a guaranteed win. So 41 of us started off the season, so a nice big pot of £410.
Jesus.
After this opening week of fixtures,
How many are out?
29 people have already been eliminated.
Because they'd have been on people like
Yeah,
Fulham.
fucking hell's sake. So
Fulham went down.
Fulham were a big favourite to win. According to
Cardiff should have been.
Cardiff must have been heavy favourites. According to a bookmaker.
In fairness, Borough should have been.
Well, again, maybe. According to a bookmaker, I can't remember who it was, but apparently 99% of a certain bookmaker's accumulators for the weekend had Sunderland in them, and they drew. I know it's not the Championship, but that's cost loads of people. Yeah, Fulham were a massive banker bet. Stoke were a huge favourite. Cardiff were a huge favourite.
I mean, if you look at... I mean,
Brentford at home to Birmingham was a huge favourite because Birmingham were in absolute disarray at the minute and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to think of what the league... I mean, I know we don't look at the league table, but I think... Is it Leeds, Barnsley and Wednesday all at the top?
I think so, yeah. Sounds about right.
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
I mean, Leeds should have been winning that game. And did. But
Statement of intent, obviously.
Wednesday and Barnsley. So there you go.
Who knows?
So,
You want to know what the games are for this coming Saturday, don't you?
to know.
So we're straight into another TV game.
TV
Early
time?
kick-off.
12.
So,
Yeah.
First game of the day.
Nottingham.
Nope.
They're away. So it's Leeds.
Lee.
Scum. Versus Nottingham.
I don't think I can bring myself. What?
I can see what he's written down for the top goal scorer bets, and I've just seen what he's put down for me.
For the goal scorer? You put Zaha.
No, for the Premier League.
Hang on.
Plays for Liverpool.
Yeah, you got Mane.
Yep. According to him, I've picked Dean Marnie.
Team Mane. Wait, I didn't realise this. Is Dean Windass still playing?
No, Josh Windass.
Was it? Oh, right, okay.
Mace Windu.
What's that from?
Star Wars.
I was like, whose phone was that?
That was definitely you.
Where is it though?
Oh no.
Oh, it's down here.
He's ingested his phone again. So yeah, Leeds United versus
United.
Nottingham Forest.
Forest.
Do you want to first go? Or do you want me to have first go? And we'll leave the fun till the end. Excuse me.
Go.
I'll eat.
Leeds United 2. Nottingham Forest.
You picked 2-2-0s against Forest in a row.
I don't fancy you to go to Nottingham. You're not going to Welling Road and getting anything. Bear in mind, Leeds have already won the league. So
Bellend Road.
down Bellend Road. You're getting Nart.
Your goal scorers are
I hate to say it, but stick me down for a
Bamford.
Paddy Bamford brace.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I get the feeling it'll be good for them this season because he's had a season of bedding. We should never have got rid of him. Why?
What are you going on, Drew?
I have a little more faith, but not much.
Let's go for a 2-1.
One apiece.
Ooh.
Let me guess. Ozzy Osbourne to score first.
Don't go to play for him.
Did we tell you the bad news last week?
Yeah. You can't wait until Sheffield United come up in a fixture.
Who else plays for Leeds?
Pablo Hernandez.
Scored an amazing goal.
Kamaru. Oh no, wait a minute.
No.
Calvin Phillips. Oh, probably.
Actually,
no,
Clark
wait a
didn't
minute.
play.
Who?
Jack Clark.
Oh yeah. Jack Harrison.
James Panas.
He scored, didn't he?
I think so.
I'm going 2-1 Forest.
Oh my god.
Took 4 points off him last year.
Oh my god. Still helping some people.
Who's going to score for Leeds? And just, yeah, just to provoke a reaction, don't put this one down. Phillips.
Calvin Phillips, excellent. You're an offensive midfielder.
Someone's after Phillips, aren't they?
It's
Anyway,
Villa.
is it?
They want,
No,
they want him,
I'll go.
they want him because
Bamford
they want him
also.
because they just love his shit haircut.
Hang on a minute, a footballer with a shit haircut. Sure.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah, so we're going Bamford for Leeds.
Don't even get me started on
For
fucking
Forest.
Clayton's stupid bastard cut.
Graben.
I was going to jokingly say 2 for Forest, so grab them straight away.
And Adoma. This is where he doesn't even start and chill him. And Sammy Evie starts. But yeah.
Right, straight off the bat. Talk to me about Middlesbrough football.
Who's the guy? I don't even know.
Middlesbrough at home to the Bees. Not Barnet.
Brentford.
Brentford.
We can't have my go-to Brentford player for goal scorer.
What?
Well, I only had one Brentford goal scorer last year. Can't have him.
Neil Mope.
I'll let you give me some options.
Right then. I'm going last as always, with it being my team. Leave us off, James.
Oh, Satborough.
Yes.
What did Brentford do this weekend?
They got beat at home to Birmingham.
I'm going to go... Are you ready, Andy? You seem to be doing a lot of writing here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go 3-0 to Middlesbrough.
Jeebus.
Yeah. I think Britt. I think Fletcher. Do you know what? Always one of them, I just want to do it just to piss him off. I'd say Clayton.
Do it. He'll never score.
No, I'll go wing.
So, in the entire time he's played for us,
Clayton.
so he's been there for... Is it 6 seasons now? Fucking hell. He's into his 6th season for us. Scored once. And that was away from home. He's definitely the holding midfielder in this new setup as well.
Okay. It is 2-0 for my good self.
Check my bed.
Not a 2-1. You always go a 2-1.
Changing my tune. This season.
New season, new man.
Has he gone from it? Has he heard on the side of, I'm not sure Brentford players, so I'll just say they're not going to score? That's just basically what I did.
Partially.
I don't mind admitting.
Mr. Williams?
I'll give my prediction in a second. I've just seen something on Twitter.
No, we are in the prediction section. Paul.
I know, but I've just seen something on Twitter that makes absolutely no sense. So apparently Coutinho is going to Arsenal on loan.
What?
This is insane.
When you said it as if you already thought you've already seen the story.
Well, I've seen it, and I was just there's no way this is going to happen. Apparently it's close to being agreed.
I'd heard that he was offered to United, and he'd said, out of respect for Liverpool, I won't go anywhere but Liverpool in the Premier League.
Yeah, I know
because he's always maintained that
I was sure
he never had an issue.
Yeah.
That, like, obviously it was his dream to go to Barcelona.
Yeah.
And that it wasn't like he had any bad...
I think it was the cap.
That he didn't have any ill feelings toward Liverpool or anything, and that's where he'd want to go back to.
So...
Because he's not interested. They were looking at a swap deal for the Neymar thing, weren't they?
Amazing.
That's tiny.
It was rumoured that, like, basically they'd said to Barca... Barca had said to PSG, we want Neymar back, we'll give you however much money and you can pick 2 players from this list.
Which is Umtiti, and they were like, injured way too much, don't want him.
Coutinho, other players and stuff like that. I think Rakitic might have been on there as
Apparently Rakitic won't do it though.
Yeah.
Well.
But yeah, it just... If Arsenal sign him, their front 6 or whatever, front 5...
Their front 6 already looks alright.
Outrageous. And then, obviously, you've just got the absolute fucking
The back 5 Back 5. It's awful. I was having this debate with Tom the other day, and he's like, it's not that bad. I was like...
You got Mustafi!
I was like, Holding? He's like, yeah, he's alright, Holding. Wait, what? Been injured a lot, hasn't he? Yep.
Oh, amazing. Anyway, so...
And Mustafi's just an internet meme of his own, all of his own now, isn't he?
Amazing. So, even though it's early days, these are the sort of games that I hate. So up to last season, Borough had never lost at home to Brentford. Went 1-0 up. Took us on the longer off. Ended up losing 2-1. And it was the first game of the 6 they'd lost in a row.
Oh, I remember when he started moaning about him playing with the team.
And basically everyone went fucking apeshit at Pulis. And I think that was there's one for the season. And I think that's when it almost became a sort of, if they don't get in the playoffs, he's definitely not getting his contract renewed. I think that was the moment that Gibson was like, yeah, maybe this hasn't worked out after all. I'll go confident. I'll go 1-0 win. And I'll go with Ashley Fletcher to score. I think Fletcher could have a big season this season.
So, that's the game's locked in. Score's locked in. Let's talk some turkey. Get them bets on.
Are we interested?
Just
before we are we interested in? I know Forest have got League Cup on Tuesday.
So the Borough.
Do you want to get those ones in, or do we normally do League Cup?
We do normally cover both games in a week's predictions. So let's discuss them.
Are you predicting them?
Yeah.
Why the fuck not? So both games played on the Tuesday. Oh my word.
Don't even know if mine's at home or away.
There will be no podcast next week. As I am not here.
Are you going to it?
No, I'm away. I'm going away with the good lady wife. I'm very sorry. It's just dawned on me I won't be able to partake in next week's podcast.
So you're going to have to steer the ship on your own?
Oh my god, you'll have to do it without me.
I had to do that once before.
I
I
mean,
don't think it ever made air though, did it? Did it?
Why do you?
It went down really well as well.
Didn't we do 2 that week?
Because we lost
Double.
one and I re-recorded it solo, but then he found it.
Yeah.
By the time you'd finished
Draft them in. Oh my god. We'll discuss it off air, but it could be the time to give that person his podcast debut. We'll discuss it off air. So both games, both teams are at home. So Middlesbrough at home to Crewe Alexandra.
What are you going for then, Selsky?
Okay, who's going first? James.
Me. For the Borough game.
Yeah.
I don't profess to know anything about Crewe. How serious is he going to take it?
I'd like him to. It's the only. I'd always like any Borough manager to treat that cup with respect, as it's the only thing we've ever won. So, but it would be a perfect chance for him to blood a few more youngsters because the squad's not very big. He needs to give as many players as much game time as possible in case he needs to play them. Mm-hmm. So, had he not started the season, I'd have said that Coulson would be a shoo-in to start the game. But because they signed a left back at the start of the season, Mark Bowler, I imagine they'll play him.
I'm going to go 3-1 to Borough. Now, before I call an own goal for Crewe, give me some Crewe people. No.
I haven't got a clue.
Right, I'll go for an OG then.
Ryan Shotton, own goal.
No, not Shotton.
Lewis Wing, own goal. He's just
I've just put own goal.
He's just inadvertently turned around and spanked one in from 45
Is it unlikely that
yards.
Howson's going to start at right back again?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Because they'll have a squad right back.
I'm pretty sure they've just signed a right back tonight.
Your 3 Middlesbrough goal scorer.
Yeah. Rudiger's dead.
God, if he's not been sold by tonight,
Is he on his way?
I think there's rumours that he's on the
okay.
way, but
Run it down now, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
do you want me to just get you some Crewe players?
Jed Spence.
Pick him if you want. He's a right back, so it just depends how attacking he gets.
And one more.
Play him. He's not even going to play, is he? He'll be the one that doesn't play.
Just
Play him.
amazing.
Okay.
What are you going for, Andrew?
2-0 to the Borough. Fletcher and Wing score. Mr. Williams.
Stick me down for 4-0.
I was working on the basis that they won't play Fletcher or Assombalonga.
It will all depend on whether or not Gestead gets sold
Who else have you got up there then?
or they sign another striker. So the striker's going into the season.
Hugo's gone,
Hugo's
right?
gone to QPR.
Yeah, in fact, he scored, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the strikers for the season is basically Britt, Fletcher and Gestead. They've got a young lad called Stephen Walker, but he's literally the only other kid.
Likely to get on.
I imagine unless he gets loaned out, he's the sort of player that they stick on the bench just because it's another body. But
So you think if Cassette stays, he will get a game?
if Gestead's not been sold by tonight, then it would be stupid not to start him in the cup, because if he's staying, get some game time out of him, get him used to playing. He looked half decent against Pools. He scored a good header in that pre-season game.
Because I was present.
That is also true.
I'm not going to Crewe. Oh, well, I know it's at Borough.
I was going to say,
not going to the
well,
Crewe
we
game.
can't anyway, because ironically, I'm closer to Crewe than I am to Middlesbrough.
Oh, where you going?
We're off to Chester and somewhere in Wales. That is just over the border from Chester. Right, so 4-0. Stick me down for Tavernier. Tavernier. Brown with an E. Kid they just signed on there from West Ham. Winger. He's the guy who did the Megs through someone's through like a back heel Megs down in the corner on Friday night. Howson.
I was going to do Howson.
Yeah, but if he plays, he'll play further forward.
Yeah.
Wing.
Okay. The
James.
next game. Did you say both teams were at home?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Fleetwood.
Boo, Joey Barton. Boo. Dirty bastard.
Versus Fleetwood Mac.
Four 0. You've got to support your team, haven't you?
Apparently so. Everybody loves 4-0.
I'll go for Mia.
Cat.
Rafa Mia.
Yeah. Appia.
This is like the B squad.
It's the cup. Mia played at the weekend, too far. Come on.
Rafa Mia.
Cash.
Oh.
And Dawson.
Michael Dawson. Oh.
Starting captain now, mate.
So
you know we had like obviously like centre back crisis last year. You see the starting centre backs this week?
probably Guardiola.
don't think he gave him to get the squad. I think it's to Dawson and Worrell.
Joe Worrell?
Yeah.
When did they sign him?
I think he was there last year, but just out on. I think he was out on loan or injured. Didn't get a game.
Paul Williams.
Got Danny Fox's number there.
1-0 Forest.
Where's the goals, Paul?
Do you know who's going to score? Albert fucking
Adoma.
Adoma.
Do you know what? I don't think he'll play.
You watch him tear that cup to pieces.
He did look good.
You're always going to
He
get.
was a good out ball.
I was going to say you're always going to get a shift out of Adoma, and no, you always get a shift out of Adoma.
He was a good out ball. You could throw that up to him, and he's pacey beyond the defenders.
Yep.
Is there any...
Again, absolutely gutted we didn't sign him.
Always found space at the back post whenever Lolly had it, because they kept swapping sides. But whenever Lolly put one in and it missed Gravland, he was always free on it.
Very good player.
Any money going on these games?
Well, we can do both.
Okay.
We've still got money in the coffers, so I should go log in and get your fanny out. Right, football.
Are you doing the first set of games first?
Yes. So, Saturday, 10th of August. Leeds versus Nottingham Forest. Let's do yours first, Andrew. Score 1-1.
Yeah, book a piece.
Book of tea.
I need to tag you in something today.
Go on.
And now I'm thinking I don't know why I didn't. Have you seen the trailer for the new wrestling game?
I have not.
Like every freaking wrestler they could physically lay their hands on, and they've just thrown them into like a weird advert.
I think it's because they're doing some sort of time because it's 20 years of SmackDown or something like that. Middlesbrough Brentford.
2-0.
So, Andrew, you have Leeds Forest 1-1 is 13-2. Middlesbrough 2-0, Brentford is 11-1, giving you a double of 89-1. Middlesbrough Brentford.
3-0.
That's what you went for. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. Whew. Wish I was as optimistic as you were.
But as it turns out, you're a fucking miserable bastard.
Well, obviously, you've met me at work before. Leeds versus Nottingham Forest.
It's not just at work.
1-2.
Mind you, if you can imagine that he's worse at work.
You believe it, boy. Right, so Middlesbrough to win 3-0 is 25-1. Forest to win 2-1 at Leeds is 18-1, giving James a double of 493-1. And I'd gone Leeds Forest 1-0? No, 2-0.
2-0.
And I think I'd said Borough to win 1-0.
You did.
So, Leeds 2-0 is 6-1, Middlesbrough 1-0 is 15-2, giving me a double of 58 and 58.5-1. Now we come to Tuesday night's games. Middlesbrough Crew. Damn. All you can bet on at the moment is the full-time result.
As in win-loss?
Yeah. So I'll have to wait until later in the week. So, unfortunately, we'll have to leave those till another time. Sadly.
Oh.
Oh, God, no. So there we go. Roundup done. Predictions done. Is there just one thing left?
Quiz time.
Any other? I mean, I imagine last week we've covered off last week. We've predicted the games and we've done the money. So
It feels weird not actually handing over money.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is the?
It can't be that much because we.
You had about.
There is still £8 left in the.
So we're going to have to start paying soon.
I was going to say because you got up to about 30 odd quid, didn't we? In it,
Well,
but
no,
obviously.
Andy had the win.
£36, I believe.
We had the win.
Well, no, Andy was the one who picked the correct. The correct
Hey,
outcome.
we win together, we lose together.
Well, I mean, that's
we ride together, we die together.
Yeah.
I donated it back into the podcast coffers. So I'm good like that.
As I believe is the plan moving forward for all winnings. Unless it's an absolutely
big
massive one.
Then we take it out and
obviously pay for a producer.
Absolutely.
Oh, I thought it was, unless it's an absolutely massive one, then said winner walks away.
Steps away from this goes.
Do I need to prepare my...
I thought you were going to say a little contract for any winnings here. You know, like how when you're in a, what do you call it? A syndicate in lottery.
Email from these guys yesterday.
Little Princess Trust, what's that?
So,
they were thanking me for my hair.
The overall standings at the end of
made it there now.
The overall standings at the end of last season.
Shut up.
Was Paul 18, James 6. Are we wiping the slate clean?
Of course we fucking are.
New season, new rules.
What's he like?
Overall standings. So I'm just going to do end totals.
Lucky for me, there's only two of us, so there's no promotion relegation.
I mean, do we address the fact that the trophy wasn't handed out, or
was there a trophy?
I like to do this with our little collection of leagues.
Well,
was I supposed to have bought a trophy as the loser?
I'm now going for something different in the fact that I'm not going week commencing for my quizzes. I'm just literally starting with Season 2 Quiz 1.
Beautiful stuff.
As always, folks, play along at home.
Play along at home. Send
If you can beat me, or if you can even beat James, let us know. If there's quizzes that you'd like to see us do, hit us up on the Twitter, on the Facebook.
And then I can put said title.
I don't want to be this guy.
Oh no.
If Stu was here,
Oh no.
and just think like what Stu refers to certain people in this room as.
Oh god.
And then I'll read you the title of this
Something
quiz.
to do with gingers.
Premier League quiz.
Ginger special.
How well do you know the 2018-2019 season in statistics? Sorry, James. This is the BBC have manned up and turned up this week.
Now, I don't think I've done a BBC quiz for a while, so this one could be fresh.
This is from. It's a little. The date on this is a little sketchy. It's from the 27th of December. Obviously, as 2018 draws to a close, the title race has taken shape, and the battle for survival is becoming more intense. I believe it might only be 10 questions.
That's fine.
We've done our research and found 10 interesting stats to test your knowledge at the halfway point of the season. Have a go at our quiz below and compare your results with friends, family, or on social media. Press the start button.
Now, it's just dawned on me. This might be one that you can play along with.
It will be.
So do we now factor him into this?
Yeah.
Should he always be in it? Should he always be in it?
Yeah.
I think he should.
But some of the quizzes I like finish. I get a score at the end, I suppose.
Exactly.
Well, let's see. I'm pretty sure that the objective of last season was that I had to complete a football quiz by the end of the season.
I think the idea was he had to come to Phil's football quiz, but unfortunately that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
It's not happening no more.
Update for this coming season. They'll know.
Paul's as Tom pointed out at work today. Paul spoiled it for everyone.
I sucked all the fun out of it by winning it constantly.
No.
The very last week's one, 6 people turned up. And do you know how many people that we provided?
4 of them.
All 6. So, us 2, my dad, and 3 of his friends.
We made a game of it. Me and Paul playing on our own.
So I played on my own, James played his own, and they split into 2 teams of 2.
Went okay for Paul, not so well for me.
Who finished bottom?
Me. However, it did say, unbeknown to me, because I thought I was so far adrift, but Phil revealed that at one point in the last round I was actually in second. But I was kind of by this point
He did
see Chile.
He did point out that at no point was he ever close to being.
No, because in a 4-person race.
I can't believe that you single-handedly killed a man's.
I didn't. It wasn't single. It wasn't just me. It was the fact that there was.
No, there was.
I
My proudest moment was when, in another week where I played on my own and I did actually come second against real people, he still won. I have to turn up late.
I don't know.
And as I said to Tom,
I saw that.
not only has he spoilt it for everyone else, and Tom was like, "Well, is he that good?" Like, I think we were explaining to Lewis, it was like, yeah. So Guy Mowbray turned up one week, an actual football professional pundit.
Shout out to Guy.
And he beat him.
Paul blew him out the water.
Pretty sure when you then had a Twitter interaction with him, he was like, you were like, yeah, come back, come back again, and he was like, I'm good. Thanks.
He's like, maybe.
I don't want to get absolutely decimated again.
I think he maintains that he knew all the answers, but Paul was too fast for him. And there was a dispute on one of them, though, wasn't there? Because
the way that he worded the
Phil didn't really manage to get across
didn't
a
enunciate
comma properly.
Didn't enunciate.
Ooh.
Anyway,
right.
Well, let's see what this quiz is.
This is the BBC
BBC.co.uk
stats.
Play along at home. Something I don't know if any of these have made it out to the only person in this room that listens to the podcast. But my latest thing at the end of the podcast is I've been saying this. If you're out there and you want to play along with this quiz, it's on the BBC, or you can just play along as you're listening. If you get in the region of beating Paul or James, or a combined score of that,
Get yourself on the podcast.
let us know and we'll get you on. That's the way I'm ending podcasts these days. I'm like, send us an email, let us know when you're coming on the podcast.
Sounds good to me.
It might give you some competition.
Well, who knows?
Question number 1. Who became the first manager to avoid defeat in his first 12 Premier League games, bettering the mark of Frank Clark at Nottingham Forest in 1994-95? It's multiple choice. There are 4 options.
Right.
Pep Guardiola, Unai Emery, Maurizio Sarri, Marco Silva. Who became the first manager to avoid defeat in his first 12 Premier League games, bettering the mark of Frank Clark at Nottingham Forest in 94-95? Pep Guardiola, Unai Emery, Maurizio Sarri, Marco Silva.
Fucking hell, I honestly don't know that one.
So they weren't, just the example there, they weren't Clark's first games in charge of Forest. It was a continuation of
They
getting
were his
promoted.
first Premier League game in charge.
You do a little Frank Clark for us?
Yeah.
I thought you'd like it because it started out with a Forest-related thing. And we're off to the second one. Number 2. Liverpool kept yet another clean sheet against Everton in December. But how many times have the Toffees drawn a blank against their neighbours in the Premier League?
Oh my God. No multiple choice?
It is multiple
God.
choice. So I'll just go through the question again, because these questions are a bit... Liverpool kept yet another clean sheet against Everton in December. But how many times have the Toffees drawn a blank against their neighbours in the Premier League? The options are 7, 13, 21 or 17. That is not very... I don't know, it's not...
Linear.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Don't like this.
I'm not liking this. Tree. Jamie Vardy won his latest penalty against Watford in December. But how many has the striker won in his spell at Leicester?
Fucking hell.
7, 14, 18 or 9?
Non-linear again.
I know. That's really...
Freaking you out.
Trigger in.
Why would you do, what
That's what they say on the
possible
internet.
reason?
Triggered.
Question 4. Let's go with that. Tottenham won 3-0 at Old Trafford in August. But why was the result significant for Manchester United boss Jose Mourinho? Your options are: it was Mourinho's 100th game in charge of Man United. It was Mourinho's first defeat by Tottenham. It was Mourinho's 250th Premier League game. It was Mourinho's worst ever home defeat in any competition. Tottenham won 3-0 at Old Trafford in August. But why was the result significant for Manchester United boss Jose Mourinho? It was Mourinho's 100th game in charge of United. It was Mourinho's first defeat by Tottenham. It was Mourinho's 250th Premier League game. Or it was Mourinho's worst ever home defeat in any competition. Jesus Christ.
You're on a roll. You're on a roll.
I
man.
am on a roll. This is the point where you're like, well, I'll just try and get all of them wrong. Not try, I'd just... Okay. A real fox in the box.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Which striker has scored all 49 of his Premier League goals from inside the area? A real fox in the box. Which striker has scored all 49 of his Premier League goals from inside the area? Your options: Pierre-Emerick
Aubameyang.
Yep. Javier Hernandez, Alvaro Morata, Glenn Murray. Why can't they all be called Glenn Murray?
I'm not 100% convinced that Morata's got 49 Premier League goals. If that's who you were going for. Can he have that many?
Oh, fucked it. Question.
I mean, the blueprint for a Morata goal in the Premier League is Aspilicueta crosses it in, Morata heads it in. don't think that's happened for United.
Question number 6. More and more people born this millennium are taking the football world by storm. But who was the first player born in 2000 to score in the top flight? More and more people born this millennium are taking the football world
This
by
is a good
storm.
question.
But who was the first player born in 2000 to score in the top flight?
Mm-hmm.
Your options are James Maddison, Ryan
Sessegnon.
Yep. Callum Hudson-Odoi, Phil Foden.
Do you know this?
I'm having a guess.
So that means yeah. I'm torn between two. Fuck you. It was neither of them. Question 7, I believe. Arsenal's unbeaten run ended at Southampton in December. But how many games did Unai Emery's men go without defeat? Arsenal unbeaten run ended at Southampton in December, but how many games did Unai Emery's men go without defeat? 14, 11, 16 or 9? Okay. Question number 8. Cardiff striker Danny Ward made his first Premier League start against Arsenal in September. But how many days did he have to wait for his full debut after making his first appearance in the competition for Bolton? I think did we not have this? There's not one that's been on.
No, that was someone foreign, wasn't it?
Cardiff striker Danny Ward made his first Premier League start against Arsenal in September. But how many days did he have to wait for his first debut after making his first appearance in the competition for Bolton? 312, 2,367, 3,305, or 3,895. 312, 2,367, 3,305, 3,895. Ball packs. Question number 9. Eden Hazard is crucial to Chelsea's top 4 ambitions.
Not anymore.
But which stat emphasises his importance? Eden Hazard is crucial to Chelsea's top 4 ambitions, but which stat emphasises his importance? Hazard has never tasted defeat at home when he has scored. Chelsea have won every game when Hazard has scored. Hazard has scored in every London derby this season. Chelsea have not won a game without Hazard this season.
Interesting that he left at the end of the season.
What was the options
I
again?
remember it well. Hazard has never tasted defeat at home when he has scored. Chelsea have won every game when Hazard has scored. Hazard has scored in every London derby this season. Chelsea have not won a game without Hazard this season. I believe this is question 10, so potentially the last one.
I believe also.
Wonderful.
See, so you know.
Tottenham striker Harry Kane finally scored in August this season. but against which club did he break his duck?
You'll know this.
Tottenham striker Harry Kane finally scored in August this season, but against which club did he break his duck? Manchester United, Newcastle, Fulham, or Watford?
Not confident on any of them. I'm not confident on a single one of those answers.
Really?
Nope.
I changed one that I was super confident on.
So, score to beat for you boys is a whopping 4 out of 10.
I could be
Well,
close.
he must have done alright because he got the first 5 wrong.
Yeah.
After that, I got nearly all of them right.
Excuse me.
The option here is to play it again, Sam. So let's play again. Question number 1. Who became the first manager to avoid defeat in his first 12 Premier League games, bettering the mark of Frank Clark at Nottingham Forest in 94-95? James Panas.
I initially went with Sarri and then changed to Unai Emery.
See, I've gone for Pep because I thought he lost like his second game in charge. Emery.
Who did you go for?
I went for Sarri then changed to Emery.
Ooh, you shouldn't have changed. Maurizio Sarri's Chelsea went 12 matches unbeaten at the start of
Do you know, I was confident on that.
Italians' reign before a 3-1 defeat at Tottenham
Do you know
at
what?
Wembley in November.
I completely forgot he was Chelsea's manager last season. I couldn't get out of my head that it was that was the guy who was in charge at Watford. Could not get it out of my head. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Number 2. Liverpool kept yet another clean sheet against Everton in December, but how many times have the Toffees drawn a blank against their neighbours in the Premier League?
17.
21.
Divock
Origi's
late winner gave Liverpool a 1-0 victory over Everton as the Reds kept their 21st Premier League clean sheet against their neighbours.
I mean,
new season.
It's just guessing in it though.
New season, new rules.
Jamie Vardy won his latest penalty against Watford in December, but how many has the striker won in his spell at Leicester?
14.
7.
Jamie Vardy has won 14
Yeah.
penalties in the Premier League since 2014-2015, more than any other player. Tottenham won 3-0 at Old Trafford in August, but why was the result significant for Manchester United boss Jose Mourinho?
What have you gone for?
I've gone for it's his biggest ever home defeat.
See, I don't think it is, because I think he got beaten at home by Barca 5-0. So I've gone for first defeat by Spurs.
I think Spurs' 3-0 victory was Mourinho's biggest home defeat in any competition as manager. We don't think he'll want to watch the DVD of that one anytime soon. A real fox in the box. Which striker has scored all 49 of his Premier League goals from inside the area?
Just because I think he's the only one who's got that number of goals, Javier Hernandez.
Javier Hernandez.
Chicharito,
Yep.
as he is known, hit number 49 in the Hammers' victory over Crystal Palace. Only Tim Cahill has more, 56.
But he's not a forward. I didn't know if you were going on the Morata or something.
Now I was potentially going to put out not Aubameyang, Glenn Murray, but I thought no, I don't think he's got to 49 yet. Same reason for Aubameyang.
More and more people born this millennium are taking the football world by storm. But who was the first player born in 2000 to score at the top flight? James Panas.
Hudson-Odoi.
He fucking loves Hudson-Odoi. I go for Ryan Sessegnon.
I nearly went for Sessegnon.
I think from what I remember, I did what you did. Ryan Sessegnon slid in Fulham's second equaliser against Cardiff in October to become the first person born after the turn of the millennium to score in the Premier League. Arsenal's unbeaten run ended at Southampton in December, but how many games did Unai Emery's men go without defeat?
14.
14.
Arsenal went on a 14-match unbeaten run from August to December. The Gunners' last 14-match run without defeat also came between August and December in 2016. Cardiff striker Danny Ward made his first Premier League start against Arsenal in September, but how many days did he have to wait for his full debut after making his first appearance in competition for Bolton?
I'm going for C, the lower of the 2,000-3,000 ones.
So,
It's absolutely not the first one. It can't be.
balls. I think you might be right there. I've gone for 2, 3, 6, 7, but now I'm thinking that's
2, 3, 6,
too
7
short.
is going to be about 7 years.
That is about right, because I think Bolton went down
6
in
or 7 years.
2011, 2012 maybe.
Ward had to wait 3,305 days between his first taste of Premier League football and his first start
Which I think
in
is
competition.
eight and a half years. I think I've
Something
worked
like
out.
yeah.
Eden Hazard is crucial to Chelsea's top four ambitions, but which stat emphasises his importance?
I've gone for they've not. Was it D? Not won a game without him in the lineup.
That's the one I went with.
I've gone for they've never lost at home when Hazard has scored.
Yeah, but I just think that doesn't prove he's crucial. That was what my basis was.
It means they don't get beaten.
Chelsea has not lost any of the 40 Premier League matches in which Eden Hazard has scored a goal.
What option was that?
So that's A. Tick. Tottenham striker Harry Kane finally scored in August this season, but against which club did he break his duck?
I think it's right.
Pretty sure it's Man United.
I've gone Man United.
Harry Kane finally ended his August duck, which has lasted 14 matches, with the final goal of Spurs 3, Fulham 1.
Really? Wow.
I went with Fulham in that one.
Maybe he did score at United, but he'd already scored against Fulham.
My new score is 8 out of 10, if you just like to write that down, please.
I tell you what, your old score came close. Also fine.
5 on 10.
Oh, we need a freaking
Tiebreaker.
tiebreaker.
I tell you what though, like, if he got 4 in the first go,
So if you've not got one arranged, I tend to just say something along the lines of pick a stadium,
Well, I was going to say...
yeah, but you always win that one.
or
there
pick
are
a game,
four.
or pick a game.
There are 4 games that we've predicted.
Yeah.
So, of the 4 teams that your teams are playing, Leeds,
Yeah.
Brentford, Fleetwood.
Fleetwood and Crewe Alexander.
Yeah.
Well, don't ask which one of them's got the highest capacity, because that's
Leeds.
yeah, hands down.
He might be just picking and name the capacity of one of those.
Oh, fuck off. Right then. Gentlemen,
Yes.
to the nearest person, Can you please tell me the capacity of the Crew Alexander Stadium?
Oh, fucking hell's sake.
What's the name of said stadium?
Gresty
Road.
So nearest one.
Just get it as close as you can.
Capacity of Crew.
I'd love to know how they've done that one. Because the capacity is that. The record attendance, twice as much.
Converted it. Is it an old stadium or is it a new build?
Fairly old.
So they'll have converted it from standing to a lot more seating, I would imagine. Though.
Yeah.
But we're going on current capacity.
The capacity, as given by Google, Wikipedia, their website, and so on. So, James Panas.
Let's go with Paul first.
Paul Williams.
I've gone for 12,643.
Jesus!
Have you got like 20,000 on there?
Yeah. You nearly doubled the capacity. The capacity is 10,153.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. No, did I not? Is that not clear?
Oh, that's
zero.
the one that you've put
It's
there.
10,009.
Something that I've seen here, and I'm like...
I thought he said record attendance. What's the record attendance?
20,000, so bang on. Something I've seen here, which I'm like... That's actually going to be a better one.
Do it if you want.
On the Wikipedia thing that I'm looking at here, it says the year that it was built.
Okay.
Alright.
So I'm wondering if in the future
That's a proper beast, is that one?
Well, that is a big one.
we should do the... Can you name the year? To the closest year.
Yeah.
Can you name the year it was built?
Yeah. So we're going for it.
Give it a go. And if you get it over Paul, then I think you should split the week. James Panas.
I'm factoring you in for the scores this year. Or this season.
What have you got, Paul?
Well, you go first this time.
I don't want to go first. It's ridiculous.
Why?
I don't know. 19.
Same as me so far.
19.
I've gone 1937.
James Panas takes it. 1906.
Wow. That's an
Yeah.
old stadium. Get the size of that bastard.
That's nothing compared to the one that was in here the other night. Oof.
Don't really get moths.
So there we go.
So who's having that? Are we having that as a point
No,
each?
that's you. That's you.
No, I'd say split that, because that quiz was hard. From the look on his face, that was a hard quiz. So you both tied it.
Overall standings for the week. 1-1-0. Sadly.
You both got 5. I got 4. No props, peeps. No props.
Soz mate.
So there we go.
Well, it's been another tremendous
We're back.
week.
We're back in full swing.
Football's back.
Football's back.
Pulls are getting beaten again. It's a wonderful time to be alive.
How did York go on?
York were 0-0.
Probably because all the footballs are out the stadium.
Yeah, one over each side.
Is it even at Bootham?
It is.
Right. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me.
And thank you, listeners / viewers.
Shall we just give a little
Yeah, for all your
sponsor-
taxiing
Thank you
needs.
to official taxi
a little sponsor deal?
co-sponsor.
For all your taxiing needs, mostly days, if you keep it to days, ladies and gentlemen, or weekends. give Dangerous Dave a bell, let him know that you want a taxi, and you'll pay through the nose.
No, you won't. You'll pay a very reasonable and competitive prices.
But you'll tip well.
Until next week.
Next week.
When I won't be here.
I mean, that's just going to be the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Au revoir.
Thank you, bye. So there you go, what do you think of that? Another one in the bag, another week done, another week of the football season underway. So yeah, what do you think the season's going to look like? It's a standing offer if you are able to complete the quiz, get a score that beats either Paul or James. Give us a shout, come on as a special quiz guest and pit yourself against the best in the quiz business. YouTube watchers, make sure you're YouTube subscribers. Everybody jump over to the Cookiecast.com. It's where you'll find our social media links and email links. Drop us a line, tell us what you're thinking about the football season. And like I say, tell us when you're going to come on the podcast. Until next time, I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you then. Bye!